After purchasing the old newspaper building in October 2025, Purple Dragon Games has been hard at work. It's now January, and you won't recognize it since our last video. Let's just say we've gone through a lot of purple paint and jumped some massive hurdles with creativity and patience. So, you want to see it? First, let's take a trip down memory lane. I know, I'm a sucker for a good reveal. In our previous episode, we took you inside the part of the story no one glamorizes. Long before the printing presses, this building began as something simple and life-giving. A neighborhood grocery store, a place of daily footsteps and familiar faces. Later, it became home to the Siskiyou Daily News, where stories were inked, folded, and sent out into the community. When the presses finally went silent and the newspaper moved on, the building entered a strange in-between chapter. Locals began calling it the abandoned Yreka Newspaper building, a name that stuck as the doors stayed closed and the lights stayed off. The Siskiyou Daily News lived on elsewhere with its own continuing story, but this address was left behind to wander for a while. Ownership changed, purpose blurred. For a short season, the building picked up a reputation that didn't match the dignity of its past, one of those chapters best left unnamed but not unfelt. Then, quietly, it went still. By late 2019 at the latest, the building had fallen completely vacant, sitting empty for at least 6 years, possibly longer, waiting, weathered, and forgotten. We saw an opportunity to nurture, a possibility and a hope that love could transform. And here is what we've done. A dream coming to life. A heartbeat taking sound once again with faith, hope, and love. A place where the community is about to make beautiful memories and halls that will soon be filled with laughter. A place where a best friend will be made. We love our calling. There's Phil, the owner. He's the artist behind every mural on these walls inside the building. Every creature, character, and scene was imagined and painted by his hand. His style lives somewhere between fantasy illustration and storytelling, drawing from a deep love of Pokemon, animals, dinosaurs, and mythical worlds. He is an artist by trade, but storytelling is his first language. That passion naturally led him to role-playing games and Dungeons & Dragons, where worlds are built one character at a time. Even the name Purple Dragon Games comes from a character named Amethyst, a mischievous purple dragon in a story he wrote, proof that this shop began as imagination before it ever became a place. The community of Siskiyou County has been supportive throughout the journey. We were delighted to get a visit from Skip, a freelance journalist from Siskiyou County Dispatch. He helped the community and supported our efforts by featuring the big plans coming to Broadway Street. It's surreal to be recognized because we are just a small, quirky family who love the community. We want to bring everyone together. Let's talk about the project. In this phase, we had a couple strange and difficult problems that came with basically buying a warehouse. I can officially say we did not buy this building because of that look, no. But we didn't really care either way because when you buy a historic building, you have to adapt to it, not force it to conform to modern grandeur. So everything we've done has been to honor the building by keeping its appearance, while deciding how to factor in every flaw. First major issue was exposed electrical conduit. Everywhere. No ceilings to mount lighting. That was a head-scratcher for sure. Well, we decided to turn those into a floating light and greenery canopy. Once creativity began to flow, everything else came naturally. Let the space have a voice. Adapt to something new to create something memorable. At this stage, you can either let it become a dream or a nightmare if you don't let go of expectation. There was another massive problem lurking about. The kind of problem that, if you don't deal with it now, it might just be stuck there forever. This one we'll call the elephant in the room, a massive, non-operable forklift. The back was a graveyard of immovable, unusable junk that you aren't allowed to throw away, and everyone who came out turned back around and ran. We thought of nearly everything to take care of this, and we're running out of time. Once flooring is done and the shop moved in, the only door to remove these unwelcome stowaways will be sealed. Forever. All you can do is stay determined and move on. Maybe it will work out? The project kicked into overdrive with only 1 week left before we moved in. Our current shop is across the street, and our lease is up in just a few days. Staying focused, we turned to recycling to responsibly make this project eco-friendly. Metal can be turned in for scrap and melted down to make something brand new. Plastic, the same. We sorted our graveyard of scraps and started last-minute finishing touches to get the front half of the building ready to open. This train is coming in full speed, and you pray for a safe landing, because it's do or die at this phase of the project. Across the street, our original shop is open, and things are in full swing. We stayed open amid a double life of renovating and play. We've been at our original location about a year and a half since Purple Dragon Games opened July 20th, 2024 at 306 South Broadway Street. Inside, tables are open. Our guests are enjoying life, and tables are free to walk up and play and meet friends. This is the heart of what we do. A normal week at Purple Dragon Games consists of friendly people playing games, doing creative crafts, or just relaxing and chatting with welcoming people. Every new face finds a place in our family and easily finds a group to belong. When we host events, it quickly becomes standing room only. We've been blessed with success, and our new space is desperately needed. Speaking of blessed with success, in the 12th hour, the forklift met its match. Jim Barry Scrap Metal and Property Cleanup and his crew finally figured out how to start the forklift. It put up quite the fight, but Jim came prepared with 3 car batteries. And like that, the beast was tamed. Wow, unbelievable. They are truly rock stars of this phase. Boy, were we glad to see that gone. With all of our major obstacles to opening finally being resolved, it's time to open so we can shut down across the street. We give thanks the seas were parted for us to make this happen, because as a small family of just a couple people, I am not sure how we managed to pull this off otherwise. And ahead of schedule, isn't that wild? Thank you, Lord. And now, it's go time! In our next episode, you'll watch us move and reveal the space to the public. Even as we speak, our doors are open, and we only officially closed for 3 days to move out of our original building. Because at Purple Dragon Games, it's always game time. Let's go, Siskiyou County.
Dear wandering dreamer, beneath the violet moon, you wandered roads beneath a distant tune. Your cloak was dusted with forgotten names, but your heart was born in Purple Dragon Games. We rolled our fate on weathered wood, and every loss we understood that hearts can win what hands let go, and dragons rise in candle glow. And so still. Violet skies, ready for another game. It's always ready for another game.